Colorado families. This week on Community Chat, Hagen Nares PLC, truck wreck and brain injury lawyers, is interviewing attorney Lori Barkus, owner of Sustainable Family Solutions. Lori helps women have a successful divorce. We are here to learn about her journey in starting Sustainable Family Solutions, what it's like to be a client of Sustainable Family Solutions, and she's going to teach us a little bit about parenting plans and how they help children stay out of conflict. So welcome, Lori. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Caitlin. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
Well, I'm so glad to be your friend. I want more people to know about you because you're doing great things and you've created a great firm that really is supporting our community. We want to learn about your journey. How did you even come to start Sustainable Family Solutions?
I started Sustainable Family Solutions because I knew that people needed a better option for divorce, particularly women, especially those women who earn an income and are the breadwinners in their family, because neither the court system nor lawyers really speak directly to women in this situation. And there was no framework that I knew of that could help support women through the process. So I started one.
I think that's fantastic that you noticed a niche of people that weren't supported by the justice system and how we could help them out. And so that brings me to ask, what is it like to be a client of Sustainable Family Solutions? How are you different than other divorce law firms? And what should people know about you?
Absolutely. Well, divorce is never a good thing to go through. It's actually one of the worst experiences of everybody's lives. But it is also one of the biggest investments of your life. And at Sustainable Family Solutions, we guide you through the process every step of the way, from your very first interaction with our firm throughout the process. And we keep you informed. We make sure that you have all the information, access to your case files, answering of your questions. We make sure that you don't feel that you're alone during the process. And we're also working very hard to get to a fair result, whether that's a settlement, whether that's a negotiation, or whether your case has to go to trial. And that's
Perfect. I think that's great that you kind of handled every part of the process, and so that you're there and all the needs, whatever happens during it. Um, and that's one of the things is people don't really understand this is uncharted territory, just like me doing catastrophic injuries. It's uncharted territory. People have never been in this position before. And the people that are coming to you, they're looking to seek guidance. What is this process even like? And so you have prepared a lot of training materials for our community. You have videos, have documents that they can review. You're giving a lot of great resources. And one in particular I came in across was about parenting plans. Can you talk about parenting plans, why they would be important, and how it could help children stay out of the conflict?
Absolutely. Every case that involves children does have a parenting plan, and it's one of the most important steps, but sometimes people overlook how much detail should go into that plan. And especially if people think they're getting along or they think they're just going to work things out down the road, or it's something that they just don't really want to address. And we understand why, because we know you're going through a difficult time. Like your clients, you're in a situation that is catastrophic in terms of what it's doing to your life. But the most important thing is that document is as detailed as possible, because at the end of the day, if there's a question, if there's a concern, if there's something you can't work out with this person that you're divorcing, which is often the case, it's the parenting plan that controls. And so having a detailed plan of where the children will be provides them with very much needed stability and structure. It also takes care of the questions of who's providing for what, and not just in the day to day, but in terms of college and expenses for college and school and back to school and activities and field trips and things that people aren't thinking about in the moment that they're in crisis, but will come up later. And again, if it's not addressed in the parenting plan, chances are you can't go back later and deal with it. So what I see a lot are incomplete parenting plans because people try to do it themselves, or they hire a firm that doesn't really go into much detail or do that kind of work for them, just gives them a plan and says fill it out and here you go, and something like that. But it is one of the most important things because your children are one of the most important things in your lives. So my tip would be to ask a lot of questions, get a lot of detail, and make sure everything that you need is in that parenting plan.
That is such great advice. And for someone like me that has two very young children and kind of doesn't know the uncharted territories of what life may be like for them as they grow up, become teenagers, go to college, all that, they may not know where to start. So if they're a client of yours, how does that process work out? Do you help them with the parenting plan? What are some things you do to help guide them into that? Because I know it's a really important thing for any mom wanting these questions answered.
Absolutely, Caitlin, and that's a good point because, as you know, as your little ones grow, their needs will change, and you'll be in totally different aspects of their lives. And what we do is we do start out with a draft document, which we give our clients, and the purpose of that is to get you to start thinking about those things, to start thinking about the future and schedules and holidays and things like that. And then we work closely with our clients in terms of fine tuning it. Because we also, at the outset of our process, we have an extremely detailed intake process. So we get a lot of information about you, your children, your concerns, what's important to you. So we like to use that to help you create an even more detailed document so that we address all of your concerns in the front of things and not later on. And of course, keeping in mind that there are things that if your spouse doesn't agree to it, we can't do it. So, we're not magicians. We don't want to pretend to be or anything like that. And so there might be some detail that can't be in there, but it's important that you know that so that, for instance, if your spouse is not going to agree to paying for college, then you can start thinking about it now and start thinking about a plan. And it's not something you find out on your kid's graduation or 18th birthday or something like that. So we really want you to have as detailed a plan as possible and as much information as possible.
I think that's great because one of the things is when you're in uncharted territories, you can't see in front of your face. You don't know what the future lies. So for our clients, what we always like to say is when they come to us, they can't see in front of their face. We just want them to see 5 feet in front, and then 10, then 15, be able to see what the future may lie, having catastrophic injuries. And it seems like you're the exact same. You want them to be able to see what the future will lie as they chart their new course, as they chart their independence, as they chart their new life, including the kids. And so that's really great that you have a, children first mentality that you want to make sure that they're cared for. If there's any moms out there that want to talk to you more about this parenting plan, how can they reach you?
Absolutely. Our website is sustainablefamilysolutions.com. And on the website, there are links to contact us and start the intake process. Those emails go directly to our wonderful intake coordinator who is standing by waiting to help people begin this process. I am also on social media. I'm on Facebook and LinkedIn. I do ask that people do not send personal messages through those mediums because they're not, as you know, Caitlin, confidentiality and all that. So social media is not the place to discuss the details of your case, but I am there. We do have a YouTube channel that, as Caitlin pointed out, that is Sustainable Family Solutions, that has a lot of videos, informative videos that talk about different things that come up during the process and things you might be experiencing if you're thinking about the process and wondering what your next steps should be or how to get information around the process. That would be a great place to do that. And on our website, we do have a couple of free informational handouts that will also explain more about the process and certain pitfalls and mistakes to avoid.
Perfect. Well, I'll include all that information about your the links that you could share to, the videos that you can watch. We'll put all that information in the show notes for you guys. Thank you so much, Lori, for being on Community Chat. We appreciate just getting that guidance from you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, Caitlin. It was my pleasure. It's always great to see you. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you.